Oh. Oh.
All right, there we go. This is Salty AF Sergeant. We are playing some more Planet Coaster. It's been a little while since I've played Planet Coaster because I have a hard time getting inspired. It's like when I am inspired into this game, and I feel like there's stuff that I actually want to do, um, I can make some pretty good stuff. I'm pretty pleased with how stuff turns out. But lately I've been having issues trying to figure out what I actually want to build in Planet Coaster. Um, this was a park we tried to start last week. Um, it didn't go well at all. The game ended up crashing after about 5 minutes. So yeah, that didn't go well for us. But we'll see if we can try to pick up where we left off. I say that like I'm not just gonna restart the whole thing. Yeah, we're gonna restart the whole thing. I'm still pretty happy with the concept. But yeah, this is all getting deleted. I don't, nope. Okay. We'll leave that. Because the concept was to build a park that's in a small city. I know there's a scenario like that where they have some city buildings around the park, but it's not a very good city, in my opinion. It doesn't feel good. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like how it feels. They just use like the same skyscraper like 6 times. So, I did build a blueprint recently that inspired me to build a whole park based on this. Let me see if I can find it here. It's actually been reasonably popular on Steam. I'm pretty happy about. Can't find it. It's got a bunch of random blueprints in here. Let's see. Where is it? No, it's in here. There it is. Roadrunner. This is what we're going to be basing the build off of. This guy. Isn't he pretty? Because building this guy for the I built this guy over the course of like 3 or 4 different streams, and I'm really happy on how this all turned out. Like, really pleased. But I got a little irritated at it because it's not functional. You can't have people walk on the sidewalks. You can't like put shops in there. You can't have like one of the buildings be a hotel. You can't have an actual diner. So I was looking to create a version of this that was functional, that had a functioning city underneath it. So we'll see if we can make that work. Do something similar. Even when it's going, because it's even little motorcycles, with the newer motorcycle coaster on the last DLC pack. So it's even like you're riding a motorcycle around a little city, which is kind of what the goal was. Just try to make it as similar to that as possible. Let me adjust this volume down a little bit so you're not getting deafened by roller coaster noise. But yeah, no, because I also tried to keep it as similar to feeling like a motorcycle as possible by making sure there's lots of offset, making sure that there's as little lateral G-forces as possible, and snappy back and forth. That's also important. That's always the fun part about riding a motorcycle, is the leaning, being able to lean into all the turns. So yeah, we are going to try to make probably a version of this that's a little bit bigger, because this is a fairly small roller coaster, and the sidewalks are honestly too small to actually have people walk on, which is a little irritating. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure all that stuff out. Now, honestly, I was thinking the best way to do this was to make this and try to copy it and all that stuff, but I think we're just going to make a new one, and I'm gonna do this as random as possible, because I really liked how this one turned out, but this one was never designed to initially be like this. This was originally just designed to be a plain small coaster, and then I just started building a city around it, and I didn't stop. Yeah, I'm not good at that. So instead of trying to actually plan it out, I think we're going to do something very similar again. But with all the buildings and everything, that'll be planned out. The roller coaster was built, and then everything underneath it will be planned out, and the roller coaster will be adjusted to fit in, if that makes sense. It's probably a really bad way to plan things, but that's how we're going to be doing it. So let's see, how do we want this to work? Because this is going to be the main midway. We're going to have our weenie over there, where that guy is. And by a weenie, I know a lot of people already know what that is, but it's just something in the center of the park to draw your attention to. In this park, because it's going to be based in a city, I plan on putting a taller building there, and actually making a version of the Polar Coaster on that building. We'll see if it works. Because the Polar Coaster is an odd idea that's been around for years now. No one's built one. They haven't built one yet, but it is definitely one of the more interesting ones. And it's because it's attached. It's a roller coaster that's essentially attached to a tower. Because of that, it's not trying to support itself. It's being supported by the tower, so it can be the world's tallest roller coaster with very little problem. But I'm not going to try to do anything like that. I'll be doing like maybe 200 feet tops. I don't want to make anything at this park ridiculously tall. I'd like to keep things relatively low, actually, because I like the looks of these smaller, more older style buildings. Maybe going up to like 6 floors max. I like the size and and how these buildings look, so that's how I'm trying to do most of the city is going to be like that. But we'll see. All right. Enough random talking and ranting about nothing in particular. Let's get started on this. Let's see. Where's our motorcycles? We have our police motorcycles and non-police motorcycles. We do not want a police motorcycle. That's not what we want at all. Police motorcycles are no fun. Actually, I say they're no fun. They're actually ridiculously quick. Because they're like cruisers, but they're made to keep up with sport bikes, and they can out-handle a sport bike. That's just how they're built. They're obscene. How ridiculous they are. Let's just put this over here, plop it down. This is where it's going to be now. We're going to do something like similar to the other one, where we're going to do that, make you nice and short. 6 meters, which actually lines up perfectly with the edge of the building, which is real nice. Unlike the other one, we're going to make a small gap here, so that because we're going to be running 2 trains, the other train will actually have space to come into the station here. Just a second. I just realized my inefficiency of how my monitors are set up right now. Okay, let's try that. That might work a little bit better. What is going on over here? Just a moment. Okay, there we go. Something funky's going on with my chat over in Streamlabs, so we're going to ignore that, because we've got the chat on our main monitor already. Okay, back to what we were doing. And because also this is supposed to be more of a motorcycle coaster, I know I went into it a lot on the other one, but this one, motorcycles are not, if you're riding them fast, they're not snappy. If you're actually being fast, they're very smooth and very... it's hard to explain if you haven't ridden a motorcycle, but they are very smooth to ride when you're actually going fast. If you're pretending to go fast, then they can be very snappy, but that's not actually fast. We'll do a nice long launch here. And again, I want to make sure this is a reasonably large... let's do that, so they exit on that side. Okay. This is going to be a relatively large area that this is filling up, because this one was made to be as compact as possible. I don't have to worry about so much on this one, because I'm doing pretty much a whole park based on this concept. That being said, I still want to keep in the realism, as much realism as possible. So we'll see if we can make it all work. Okay. So, not exactly sure how these should start. I always feel like they should be, like, curving uphill in a direction. So I still feel like this should be curving uphill and to the right, like the other one. I still feel like that's the correct way to do things. We are going to use auto angle snap because I made a mistake last time and didn't do that. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good. Probably gonna end up looking remarkably similar to the other layout. Why can I not angle this more than 45 degrees? Is that the limit on this track? Is 45 degrees? That is stupid. Where's my... How do I turn off limits? Because that's wrong. These guys definitely bank more than 45 degrees. And options. Hold on. Game. All right. Disable ride collision, terrain collision, friction controls. There we go. That's our problem. Because I know these guys go beyond 45 degrees. You're not fooling me with that. Actually, we might try to do like an overbank here because that can be really fun. Especially on the motorcycle style coasters. Crazy. I know they're working on doing inversions with this style of coaster as well. I don't think they've done any yet, but I know they're working on improving the design of the trains. I forget who actually makes the trains. I do believe they're working on that, though. Which is going to be ridiculous. Now let's do that. There we go. Now take off all angle. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Now we have a nice overbank turn going in here. We might need to make this a little bit lower, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make this... Let's get off angle snap because I think that's messing us up. I don't want to get rid of angle snap, though, because it's useful at the same time. Because that means we can have two perfectly straight pieces like that. Still want to be a little bit lower than that. Let's just disable angle snap for this. Boom. Beautiful. Now we're nice and low to the ground. The goal here is that we're going to be launching, going through the launch, going through an overbank turn, then coming down to road level. Because I know on this one we don't actually come down to road level after a couple S-bends. But I do want to come down to road level and do some like tight weaving. Really tight weaving around some cars or something. So it feels like you're weaving through traffic, essentially. That's what I'm kind of going for. I know, what other roller coaster does that? The Backlot Stunt Coaster does that. There's a little section. I know it's at a few different parks because I know Kings Island has one, Kings Dominion has one, stuff like that. But yeah. That one has a little section where it's like going back and forth real quick. It has really high laterals through that area. But the idea is that you're swerving around to avoid the traffic, with the cars, which are there next to you. So you're avoiding your traffic. Which I want to do something like that similar, but obviously it's going to be a little weird because it's on a motorcycle, so you can't really do laterals on a motorcycle. That's not how motorcycles work. So let's do that. Of course, this is all going to get sorted out with smoothing. But yeah. Hey, how's it going? Glad you could join us. Good evening to yourself. This is probably going to be way too sudden for how fast this is going to be going. Start testing to see what we're doing. Okay, so it's in launch. It's launched. Might be going a little too fast. I am doing well. Good to hear you are also doing just fine. I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm really excited. Like, I'm actually been very excited all day because I know it's not Planet Coaster related, but Smash Brothers comes out tomorrow, and I'm really excited about that. It's not even a game that I can like actually stream without a capture card or anything, but I'm looking forward to that one for sure. Okay, let's try doing this with 45 miles an hour instead. That might give us a little bit better speed over this overbank. That looks decent. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's try... okay, so how are we going to make this feel like you're weaving around traffic? Well, the problem is doing it smoothly, so doing it smooth enough so it doesn't destroy the ride. Yeah, because that's going to be pretty harsh in the corners. Let's not do that. Okay, let's... No, I know I wanted to keep angle snap on just for convenience, but we're actually going to get rid of it. Oh yeah, no. I actually went out today and got myself a GameCube controller adapter so I can use the old GameCube controllers for Smash Brothers. It's gonna be so good. Can't wait. I cannot not wait. Bring this down just a little bit more. Oh, don't do that. Okay. See if we can make this work. Try to keep it as low to the ground as possible. Oh, that's a little too low to the ground. This is gonna need so much smoothing. Okay. This is getting weird. Oh, that's angled down too much. I'm just gonna have to do some height adjustments later. Even that, I don't feel like that's gonna work right. Okay. Let's start over. Let's try this again. Okay, so we're coming out of an overbank turn, and we have to make the little motorcycles seem like they're going down a road. Let's see. Which might just not work for this, because it might be going too fast. We might have to wait until later in the roller coaster to do something like that. Actually, I've got an idea for it. That might work. But yeah, we're not going to worry about that right now. We need to find some element to add. Okay, I've got an idea. We're going to try this. We'll see how well this works. Here and here. Does it have enough speed to get up to 13 meters? More than enough. Okay, beautiful. Okay, the single snap is getting on my nerves again. We gotta get rid of this. So if we go back up and spiral around to the left, we can actually put a building here so it spirals around a building. That could be fun. We'll try that. Again, this is going to be, once we actually get to the scenerizing, because for those that weren't here before, I'm basing it kind of off of this one, which is a blueprint I created a while back. I want to make something like this, just a whole park based on it. And that's actually functioning, so people can actually walk down the sidewalks, people can actually go in the shops, things like that. We'll see how well we can make this work. I don't know. Okay, so if we go around that turn... yeah, let's go this way. I'm not sure if that's going to be too much of a head chopper, won't it? Better yet, let's bring this down a little bit more. That. We're going to go underneath the track here. We're going to try, anyways. Okay, we need a little less turning happening. And this, yeah, I know this is going to look really weird until it gets all smoothed out. We'll get there. Okay, so if we do that, that way we can put a building or some sort of structure over here. We can come this way through an alleyway, kind of like how I did on this one, where I have it coming through a small alleyway. But it's going to be a little bit bigger, obviously. But I still want the sidewalks to be functional. You're going to be... Yeah, I actually just... it came to me while I was building this one, because I was building this blueprint for... so I could learn how to better build buildings, because I've never been good at that. But yeah, this blueprint took me a very long time to build, because I was learning how to build buildings in the process. But now I have a relative. While I was building it, somebody recommended that I just build a whole park based on it, and it's like, that's actually a really good idea. But again, I want to try to make it fully functional so that the sidewalks people can actually walk down, the shops people can go in. You can have like hotels, restaurants, all that fun stuff through there. That's the goal. Not sure how well we're going to be able to execute that. We'll see. We will see. So this this isn't going to work the way I'm doing this. I'm trying to make it so that if this is going down a road, you'll have a sidewalk over here. You still need enough clearance for the sidewalk. So what we're going to do, we're going to even this out here. Like that. And have it go over the track. Hopefully there's enough space and we're not going to be chopping anyone's heads off. Okay, we should be good. Oh yeah. I don't usually decorate stuff. That's why I was building this, because it's like I'm not good at decorating stuff. I need to get better at it. Okay, so we have that. If we have that coming through an alleyway, that'll work. Yeah. I'm really happy on how this one turned out. I really am, but it just looks empty without having, like, a population of people wandering around. Hey, MacGyver, how's it going? MacGyver roll. I'm gonna mess up your name some more. I hope you don't mind. I know we went over this last time you were in one of my you were here in one of my streams. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Go down with a sharp turn to the left here. That's going to be a little funky. Let's get rid of that. There we go. That's a bit better lining up wise. Okay. Better. That way we can come down here. After going through an alleyway, we can come down here and go along the road. We can do a turnaround. We'll probably come up a little bit so there'll be a gap for people to walk through or walk under. So we can have like a crosswalk or something across the road there. Then have it come back down this direction. Okay, I think I know what we're doing. Roughly. Roughly. We're going to come up, curve. Not sure how overbank we want to make this turn. I'm not sure if we even want it to be that high. We might want it to be a lower. Not sure how fast we're going to be coming through here. We need to be evening out before that. Evening out, evening out. Okay, that makes sense. It's not L's, it's the third. Okay, that makes more sense now. I appreciate the explanation. Okay, this is gonna need a lot more work trying to make this right. Then that just goes into, kind of into the ground. That still works. We have a really low, shallow banked curve like that. Coming right up next to the other track. Let's see. We want to go up over the track. Like this. We're gonna try. And then weave back down underneath it and turn around like this. Hopefully. Hopefully this works. Let's make this a little bit sharper. I think we're actually traveling at a pretty slow speed through here, so I feel like we can make this pretty sharp. I did. It is in the workshop. I actually just rebuilt it here. It's actually pretty popular in the workshop too. Hold on, let me pull that up real quick. I know it was it had quite a few downloads. Let's see. If I can figure out how to make it work. Yeah, I've already got almost 100 downloads on that one, so I'm pretty pleased with this. So that makes it my second most popular roller coaster I've built. It's called Roadrunner. Find it out there. Okay, so how else do we want to do this? Because we're already traveling at a pretty slow speed, so we're going to have to essentially turn around and go back to the brake run. But I want to do a little bit more before just the brakes. Turn this way a little bit of angle there. Let's see, how are we going to do this? We might actually... Okay, bad idea. Let's try this. I say it's a bad idea. It might end up being okay. Who knows? As long as it doesn't cause too much of a head chopper there, we should be fine. You can have this thing stacked like four up through here. It's gonna be ridiculous. Okay, let's try giving you a little bit more turn, a little bit more angle. A little less angle, a little less turn, like that. And turn the other direction. Another weird, doing a weird hill S-bend here, but the heights are going to be really... The toolkit trash. Trash can got quite popular. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. So, this game is missing some quality trash cans for sure. Alright, so let's come up this direction. And... No, what is going on here? Stop that. Need that to be, like, flat. And... Oh, dear, that looks really weird. There we go, let's try that. That looks better. I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. I'm joking. Okay, then from here we can angle down. Continue our little lumpy S-bends through here, which I actually feel pretty similar to what a motorcycle actually is like. Yeah, I haven't actually looked into the toolkit at all. I should probably do that, because I haven't been playing as much as I'd like. But, yeah, I haven't gotten much into the toolkit, and I really should look more into what people have created and actually start creating stuff myself. So you made a trash can like the one at Darien Lake? Like the ones at Darien Lake? Okay, I think I remember what those were like. I haven't been over there in a while. Actually, I say that. I think I actually went this year. Yeah, I went opening weekend this year. I went to Darien Lake. And it was really disappointing because their new roller coaster was still closed. Yeah, I've done very minimal 3D modeling, like almost none at all. So it's probably going to be a pretty steep. Yeah, I would imagine it would be pretty steep for anyone who hasn't really done much 3D modeling. Like I've done some very, very basic stuff. My 3D modeling experience consists of trying to 3D model some subwoofer boxes just to try to figure out what works. What was working in the back of my car at the time. And I ended up just going with the pre-built subwoofer box anyways. It was pointless. Okay. What are we doing here? So this is going to be, obviously, the main road that the roller coaster is going down. We're going to have a road over here. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We can continue this road this direction and actually have it continue turning this way and then turn around into the brake run. I think that could work. Yeah, I didn't get to ride Tantrum. I was very sad by that. It looks to honestly be one of the better roller coasters in the park. But then again, I mean, that's not saying too terribly much. But I actually did get to ride another one like that this year. Instead, I rode what is it, Impulse over at Nobles? Yeah, I think it's called Impulse over there. That wasn't a bad time. That was a pretty good ride. A little bit bigger and longer than Tantrum, from my understanding. But, you know, it's okay that Tantrum isn't that big of a ride. It really does fit in with Darien Lake pretty well, though. I would complain that they didn't get a bigger roller coaster, but at the same time, Darien Lake does not get the... It really doesn't get the people that would be needed for a bigger coaster. As fun as it would be for Darien Lake to get, like, a B&M or something. B&M or an Intamin. I mean, they did... I mean, they do have Superman, which is an Intamin, but... I don't know. We'll see how Six Flags treats them. Okay, then we just need to have this connect back up there without having too many laterals. We'll see if we can make that work. This is going to be awful. Curve this way. Try that. That might work. That doesn't look bad. Well, it used to be about half an hour. Back when I was living in Brockport. That's like half hour, 45 minutes from Brockport. Currently, it is about it's a much longer drive. It's like 8 hours. It's not. It's like I only went there because I was back in Rochester visiting some friends. I was like, oh, I heard they got a new roller coaster. Might as well head over there and check it out. And it was closed. Yeah, it should be fine after some smoothing. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be okay. But yeah, Darien Lake was definitely struggling. It was definitely a point where Darien Lake was less of a theme park and more of a music venue that just so happens to be a theme park as well. Because that's where they were getting a lot of their money from my understanding, was they were getting more money from the venue than they were from the theme park. Which seems a little backwards. Oh, I don't even know. Hold on. I can look that up real quick. Because I know when I went, I got in for free because I have, well, at the time I was active duty military, and they had free tickets for active duty, or not active duty reserve and guard, because there's a big air guard base near there. Hold on, where was it? Darien Lake tickets. Let's see. Well, I don't care about that. I don't care about the Kiss concert that's happening there. Again, they care more about the... Okay. General admission tickets at Darien Lake. I feel like they're stupid expensive. Yeah, front gate price is $55 into Darien Lake, and that is obscene. Considering you can get into Cedar Point for cheaper than that, technically. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's $55 at the gate, $40 online. Yeah, no. No, I'm good. I'm not paying that much to get in. Unfortunately, because Six Flags has taken over, that means I'm going to actually have to pay to get into the park now, though. I was enjoying my free admission. Canadian coupon type offer $60 or more USD regular price. Yeah. It also, I'm curious if the ticket prices change based on the day as well. I know the local parks where I am now, Kings Island at Cedar Point, their ticket prices change based on the day. Like if it's a holiday or if it's a weekend or a holiday weekend, then the prices are like stupid high. That's probably what they do. But yeah, they have it labeled on their website as $55 to get into the park for a day, which still seems a little absurd for Darien Lake. Oh yeah, you can't forget about the $20 parking. Wait, it's not legal for them to change the prices based on the day? That's kind of nice. No, yeah, they do that. That's quite common practice around here. Yeah. No, Canada's Wonderland. I haven't been up there yet. I actually plan on going there this next year. Already got my Cedar Fair season passes ready to go. But yeah, hopefully they'll live up to all the hype that they have right now. But yeah, they're much better deal than Darien Lake, especially if you're already in like Toronto. For what reason would you drive to Buffalo to go to Darien Lake? Ah, weird. Yeah, the price changing is not really... I mean, it's kind of irritating, but it's not the worst thing ever, because I know that, like, I know I usually have a season pass, so I don't really care about the price changing. Like, I'm getting in for free. Well, for free. Prepaid entrance at the beginning of the season. And I won't have to pay for parking either. But yeah. Now we'll see what Six Flags does to it, because I know they're going to be adding something new every year. Which will be nice. I mean, Darien Lake definitely needs some new stuff. But, And they've already announced their little Starflyer, like 200-foot tall swing. I don't know. Okay, this part's getting tricky because we're doing some really tight maneuvers through here. Here we go. Let's just do two track pieces at a time. Okay, that's going to be too low. That's going to hit somebody in the head. Let's do that. That we might be clear. Let's raise it up a little bit more. Raise that, so when we smooth this out, it should not get too close to the track. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay. That's fun times. Oh, wait a second. If you live right across from Buffalo, you guys got, the glorious Marine Land right there. Oh, yeah. Weirdest amusement park I've ever been to. Haven't been there in years, but I heard it hasn't changed at all, so... And, Fantasy Island's over there too, isn't it? I've never actually been to Fantasy Island. I feel like that's someplace I should go, seeing I am kind of from the area. Huh, we only have like half a train. There we go. Wondering why it wasn't testing anymore. Okay, we're not going to smooth out this double up thing we have going here, because I want to keep that as a double up. Okay, that's messing up my banking over here. But then again, I don't think it's going very fast through here, so it might not even matter. Yeah, because it's going pretty darn slow through here. Actually, that looks like it'll work just fine. All right, have a good one. Glad you could join us for a few. Okay, how are we going to do this to make this more of a double up than it currently is? I mean, I want to do a double up style thing here, but at the same time, it's a moto coaster, and it's not going to have airtime. It's not supposed to have airtime. Yeah, that looks a little bit more like a more reasonable double up. Okay. It's actually not that much bigger than the original. We have to figure out our G-forces. Where are we sitting at right now? Let's see. Coming to an end. I don't think I made any adjustments during this cycle. No, I didn't. Okay. No airtime. Perfect. One inversion. Apparently the overbank turn is counting as an inversion. That's fine. G-force, that's fine. Vertical G is 2, that's fine. Laterals at 1.2, that's going to need some help. And we gotta... we do have to ensure that this section through here, that there aren't any head choppers. It does get quite tight. Ooh, that's really tight. Okay, but it works. No one's actually losing their head anywhere. All right. The lateral G's. We actually are pretty good. We only have a couple places where it's gotten dark. Right here. You need more angle. We smooth out. Smooth. And smooth. Try that. That might help our laterals. Laterals there. We're getting a little bit on top of this this turnaround here. Not really, I wouldn't call it a helix necessarily. Okay, now we're getting a lot right at the end there. Let's give that a lot more angle. Smooth. Smooth. Okay, let's try that. Okay, don't have to worry about this on normal speed anymore. We can go on full speed. See what's going on. Should make things a little bit quicker here. Okay, that's better. Much smoother through there. Here, we have a little bit of a problem with our banking. Give that a little bit more. Let's give this a little bit more. That. Smooth. Smooth. And smooth. Okay. And it didn't actually update that time around. Okay, here we go. Now it's updating. Okay, that's much better through there. The only peak we're getting now is right on top of this hill here. Which if we give it more angle, a little bit more height, that should fix it. Hopefully. Smooth out transition. Smooth out the corner. Do nice. Nice and smooth. Okay, what did that do for us? That actually did help quite a bit. Alright. Our max laterals are now 0.9. Awesome. I'm happy with that. That was remarkably easy. Usually it's not that simple chasing after lateral Gs. Especially with how I have all these funky S-bends through here. I'm staying under one lateral. I'm really pleased with that. Alright. So that's centralized. Exit needs to be centralized. Now comes the really tricky part. Or at least what I think is the really tricky part. Is setting up the pathways so we can figure out where our roads are going to be. Because I know that we wanted this to be a road down here, as well as this being a road. Hey Taddy Gang, how's it going? Glad you could join us. I can't even put that there because it's obstructed. Even though it's not actually obstructed, it seems to think it's obstructed. Okay. Well, guess we're going to be moving this turn in a little bit. Do that smooth. Bring it in a little bit. That might help. Can we put a path here now? No. Okay, great. Well, that's the thing, is I want the exit to be in the center, because that that gives the maximum efficiency for getting people on and off. But yeah, it looks like it looks like we're not going to be able to do that. We're going to have to move it just a little bit. Try there. Okay, that time it worked. Oh, come on. Why won't you turn left? Over here. Don't go straight. Oh well, we're going straight. And this is going to be then one of our sidewalks. That will work. Can't quite go over here underneath. Let's try... let's see. Trying to think of a better way to do this so we can keep the road going this direction. Yeah, because the sidewalk will work over here. I'm gonna have to raise that track up a little bit higher. Let's change the exit again. I don't like putting the exit here, but I'm gonna have to put the exit. I can't even put the exit there. Okay. So the exit has to be there. I am a bit of a coaster enthusiast. I wouldn't say I'm as hardcore as a lot of people are, because there's still a lot of things I don't know, and a lot of roller coasters I haven't ridden. But yeah, if you weren't here before, what I'm trying to do is make this roller coaster and the whole park really into a city, because I built this blueprint a little while ago, and I really liked how it turned out, but I didn't like how I couldn't use the sidewalks. I couldn't use any of the buildings for actual shops or anything like that. So I'm trying to build a whole park based on that, which of course would be a lot easier if I had some proper planning. But I don't know how to properly plan, so here we are. Let's see. Actually, can we put that there? No, that's not gonna work. We might end up just having to have the exit on the same side, on the same side of as the entrance. That's like the least efficient design for a station, but we might have to. If we do that, then we don't have to worry about it, and the path can be right there. Yeah. See, you said exactly the same thing as I was doing it. Didn't see it until right now, but... honestly, I'm not sure. I've never been to Disney or Universal. But, sure. But I'm trying to make it to seem as city-like as possible, to add as many buildings and whatnot throughout the whole process. I'm not sure how well it'll work. I'm sitting at really tight quarters here. I'm not sure if there's even enough space for a building here. I'll figure it out. Because if I'm putting a building here... Go to walls real quick. Yeah, that's the thing, that's the sidewalk there, so put building here. We can have the building up to 3 wide over here, but only 2 wide here. Which I guess would be fine because, I mean, there's going to be an alley here anyways. So it could help add some variation into it. But again, then we won't have a sidewalk on this side, which is really what I was hoping to keep, was the sidewalks. Well, don't let me stop you. Go play some Planet Coaster then. But yeah, it's very similar. You try to make it look, trying to make it look like a city, look and work like a city street, and it's just not working because I didn't plan this out well at all. And why do paths have to be 8 meters wide? I want like a 2-meter wide normal pathway. That would be great. Oh well. Yeah, I did not plan this coaster out well. Okay, let's get rid of all this pathway. We can see if we can do this. We can sort this out a little bit better. Because I know on even on that one, just trying to get everything lined up was a nightmare. And have this as close to that as possible there. Like that. But it's obstructed when you go into here. Why is that obstructed? So we shouldn't be lining it up there. We should be lining it up with as close as we can get without being obstructed here. Which is pretty much where it was before, it looks like. There we go. That seems to work. Not moved over too much. But no, it's not lined up over here, and now it won't fit. Ah, darn it. Work with me. Okay, because we want that path to be there. This path can connect like that. Okay. That works. Let's see. Because this is going to be a road here. So this comes this direction. Which we're going to have to raise this turn up a little bit so we can still get the pathway underneath it. I'm not sure how much, if we have enough speed for that. We'll see. Nope, still need more. Oh, wrong one. Go back. No. Go away. Don't want that. No. There we go. Edit track. Because after we add the path, then we can smooth the track back down, and it should get back to a similar height. After it gets smoothed down here. Smooth the ever-living crap out of it. Beautiful. I'm thinking we should, like, over here as well, we could add like an like an entrance to a building and have it be like a parking garage. I think that could be pretty slick. I don't know. Or have the whole station kind of themed after a parking garage. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works. I don't actually know what I'm doing. I sometimes look like I might, but I don't. Okay, so here we have a two wide space. So that's going to be as wide as our buildings are through here. So we're going to have a 2 wide building, probably going to be a couple floors high through here. It's going to be big enough to fill in the space. For sure. Then we're going to have another footpath starting over here, maybe? Oh, why do you want to angle up like that? Stop. Okay, perfect. That can be the width of our road going this direction. We can add some cars and trucks through there too, just to make sure it stays nice and busy there. Then over here, we'll be adding another pathway going along here, so that looks like a road as well, with sidewalks and whatnot. My only problem with this right now is trying to figure out how to make the crosswalks, because this is going to end up being a crosswalk here, so we're going to have to... I'll figure something out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right. Let's see, how else do we be doing this? Because we're going to have a building here, as a larger building here as a backdrop to at least here. So we'll add some space and come back around like this. Oh, don't do that. Okay. That way we'll have space to add a building over in the back here. We'll have a building here, a building here. And some buildings along the back here as well. And possibly along the front. We'll see how it works. Okay. So for the actual station, we need to figure how that's going to work too. That can't fit there. So our entrance is either going to have to be way over here, coming through the buildings, or come out over on this side. Which the road is going to pretty much end over here, so we can still make that work. Actually, yeah, let's try that. Because if this road continues... Which, let me make sure this gets lined up correctly. I'm not sure how to make sure it gets lined up correctly this way. Actually, I've got an idea. It's not a great idea, but it's an idea. So if we build around it like this, we should be able to get the spacing right, at least. There we go. And the spacing on that path is different. So that's not going to work, but that'll work there. So then that'll be one road coming down this direction. We'll have a road here and a road there. Okay, beautiful. We're getting there. Actually, that could get fun if we can make this path work somehow. Okay, let's get rid of this piece because nothing can connect there. Okay, if we do that, that gives us a piece of what will be functioning side. Yeah, it'll give us a functioning sidewalk over here. Gives us a little bit of variation even in the width of the road, which will help with making things look more realistic, adding some variations. And it gives us a nice space for a building that we can place right there. I mean, it's going to be cut off like here because the roller coaster and over on this very edge there, but I think that should work. But yeah, this is going to be our little back alleyway. We'll have like a fire escape coming down into it and like some trash cans or whatnot. That should work. Okay, let's see if we can make something here that doesn't look awful. Okay, that doesn't look... Now if we come out like that, I know that this is going to be... This is a road here. Actually a pretty wide road, but that'll work. We can add like a construction site over here, like at the end of the road, just as like a dead end, to use as a dead end. And then we can still use this as a sidewalk space, but we'll have to find out something to do with the entrance. The entrance I think we might actually bring over here. Because this will all be inside of a building. If we bring the entrance over here and keep it inside of a building and keep it well hidden, that should work pretty well. Oh no, what's going on now? Hold on just a moment. Okay. All right. That's actually a pretty decent setup. Let's add... Go to paths again. Where are my pathways? Okay, that can't go underneath the roller coaster right there. But we will be able to add one here. Like that. Beautiful. Which this is going to be a really confusing and like useless as an actual amusement park. But that's okay. I'm really going for aesthetics here. We got people walking into the park over here confused and they don't know what's going on. That's fine. There's nothing open over here anyway. Where was the road pieces? In here somewhere? I feel like it's in scenery. It's not in. I don't think it's in building. I think it's. Let's see. 'Cause I know for a fact there's flat road pieces because I used them before. And I always have the darndest time trying to find stuff. There's just too much stuff. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing that there's so much scenery items, but can cause some issues sometimes. All right. For this, if we line it up with this edge of the pathway for the curb like that, that should work for us. And then if we use advanced move, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Duplicate an advanced move. We should be able to build a whole bunch of these things in a row. For the actual road itself. Then once that's all complete, we can put some cars on it and make it look like a road. Yay. Add some fancy street lights, all that fun stuff. All the stuff needed to make a little city scene look more like a city. I feel like there's just Control X, right? Okay, there we go. Probably just use the use the hotkeys. Makes sense in this situation. All right. Gotta keep going. Got a lot of road pieces to build on this. Probably almost too many. This park is going to get bogged down with so much scenery. It's going to get ridiculous. And as long as I keep duplicating like these pieces, I should be able to keep all the road pieces the same height as these, which is just a smidge above what the pathway is. That way for the crosswalks will just be covered by road pieces, and it'll look to be part of the road, but people will still be able to walk across it because there's a path underneath it. Like for this road, I want to take it all the way past it over here, so we can do this. It should hide the pathway underneath it, like that. That's the goal. Get this turned around and moved over to the other side. Like that. Beautiful. This is a really wide road. Oh well. I guess that's okay. That's not where I wanted to put that. There we go. Good thing with these is they kind of just blend into each other, so you can kind of keep layering them on top of each other like that. I know there are some things that don't, particularly anything with the real pattern to it. I saw it was getting a little glitchy there, but hopefully it won't be too bad. If it gets too much of a nuisance, I'll actually fix it. So many street pieces. It's going to look great when it's done, but I feel like this is something I'll probably be working on for a really long time. little concerning though, because I know Smash Brothers is coming out tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. And the Forza Horizon 4 DLC is coming out next week, which is I'm also quite excited about. So it's going to be interesting how it all plays out. We'll see. We will see. Okay, that one's going to have to get moved a little bit more. This one we need to align the curb with path. That. Beautiful. And what was Control Z? That. Actually, that I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm happy how that looks. Okay, and then we have to spin this guy around again. That. And line him up with the edge of our sidewalk again. Make sure our curbs all match up real nice. Important stuff, making sure your curbs match. There you go. And with this guy, we should also be able to continue on and connect to this path over here. Good. We'll see. It's lined up correctly, and it's not really lined up correctly, but we're going to go with it. That's what we're at. Because the road has to line up. And if the path is a little bit off, that is okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. I know some people are perfectionists in this game. I am not. Because real life isn't perfect, so why should my realistic creations be anywhere close to being perfect? Oh, stop that. I want to copy. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, because real life usually makes it quite a good job of being not perfect at all. So if you make something actually perfect, it's not very realistic then, is it? I don't know. Maybe that's just my thoughts on things. Because I know one of my first followers, Lustra Gaming, another streamer that plays Planet Coaster. If you ever get a chance, check him out. But he's definitely more on the perfectionist side of things for sure. It's like he'll sit there and build a building for weeks. But I've been trying to get to the amount of detail that he's capable of putting into stuff. I can't. I'm just not good at it. But I'm trying to get there. I'm getting better. Which this park is going to be a great experiment with that, to see how much detail I can actually put into stuff. put that there, and then this guy, we're going to copy you and move you down here. That. Which I know there's going to be a building here covering this up, but that's okay. X. Move you to match up with the curbs. Okay. I think we're getting there. It's beginning to look good. Really should go out and buy a capture card so I can start streaming not Planet Coaster, but Smash Brothers. Because I'm going to be playing that game an awful lot in the next few weeks, and you know it's just it feels like something that, oh dear, I did not mean to do that. Cancel. Control X, X. There we go, better. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a game that I plan on playing quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. And you know, it'd be fun if I could like actually stream it. But you can't stream with the Nintendo Switch unless you have a capture card. Because that's just how it works with Nintendo. Nintendo being a bunch of hoops over there, making it hard to stream. Making it way more complicated than it needs to be. I mean, Xbox, I say that, but Xbox, they have the streaming services on the Xbox, so you can play games and stream them, but it's not the same. It still just doesn't quite work. Because over there, because the Xbox isn't compatible with a lot of stuff. So you can't just hook up your webcam and make it work. It doesn't work that way. How did I do this over here? Yeah, I just did a road going through it for right now. Yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing over here because it's... For right now, this will end up eventually being a crosswalk going across the road, and probably another road going this direction. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. There's now all these people in my park. Just test that. See if people actually come walking over here. I'm not sure if they will. Not that it really matters. There's nothing for them to do over here yet anyways. But yeah, while working on this area, I'm thinking maybe putting a flat ride in one of these buildings as well. It doesn't have to be, obviously not going to be a very large flat ride, but maybe in this space here, we'll be able to fit a flat ride in here. That might work. like a really small one, because I know the one that came with one of the DLCs. I forget which one, but it took up like the tiniest amount of space and fits inside of like a 3-story building. Which is great if you're trying to do something like this and trying to make it look more city-like, I guess. Maybe? No, I cannot multi-select. I wish. That would make this easier. Hey Adamski, how's it going? Glad you could join us. Oh, there's a gap there. There we go. Or I can say that of a lot of complaints I have with this game, that would be really convenient to be able to multi-select this item. That would be nice. Yeah, that's what I was doing. It doesn't work. You gotta... do that. It kind of works, but I select the roller coaster every time I try selecting more than one. I'm not even trying to select the roller coaster. It's like I can select like 2 or 3 of them. But, nah, I'm not worried about it. I know this is inefficient. But usually, you just push control and you can select more than one. You can't do that with these. I don't know why. Weird. Alright. Got most of those done. If we go here, scenery, we need to create called pavements. Let's just look up pave. Yeah, this guy. No curb. Let's just save all these guys because we're going to use a lot of these guys in this park. So if we do Control X there, scenery, and change that to that. Beautiful. I think that's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit wider than 1. I don't even know how many hours I have in this game. I should look. Hold on. Let me pull that up really quick, because I know I have a lot. Granted, a lot of those hours are... yeah, I'm at 1,300 hours. And I am nowhere near a pro. That's 1,300 hours of mediocrity. That's just how I roll. But yeah, it works, but kind of. Well, before it was trying to select the roller coaster as well. Oh, well. Try that. Grab a couple of them. Ah, but then it deselects everything. That's not helpful. I want it to keep all that stuff selected. Nope, nope, not those. Only these guys. Nope, not the roller coaster. There we go. Yeah, so that's the thing. Is you have to push build, and then you push Control X, and it's not still selected. It deselects itself. Then you have to reselect it. And I guess it probably is still faster. I'm just sitting here complaining about it. That's usually how I do. I sit around complaining about things. We have one row to complete. Fill in this space real quick. Okay, that's not looking too bad anymore. Can get some cars on here eventually to fill in all the blank space of the road. Make it actually look like roads. Yeah, and then the people traffic is certainly going to help making it look more like an actual city by far. But now with this guy, if I open it, people will now travel all the way around to get to the entrance. Oh, no, come on. Work with me. Okay, the spacing's all wrong on this road. In every way imaginable, the spacing is wrong. Okay, great. We'll find something else to do besides a crosswalk. So yeah, now I have my one roller coaster, and now I've got a whole bunch of people coming into my park just to ride this one roller coaster. Great. Okay. Time is it is. Whew, it is almost 5 o'clock. So I'm going to have to. I know it wasn't a terribly long stream, but I'm going to have to call it quits because I got to start making dinner. My wife's going to be home soon. So, that being said, I plan on working on this roller coaster some more, possibly tomorrow, definitely throughout next week. I say this coaster, I mean this whole park, really. I plan on working on some more throughout next week. So please stop by again. Thanks, guys, for stopping in and watching. I appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Thank you.